Welcome, my dear learners, to another interesting episode on this web channel. Remember, we are still on number bases, and today we are looking at multiplication and division of number bases. If you are new on this web channel, kindly like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to this web channel for more interesting episodes to come. So, starting with multiplication of number bases. Now, multiplication of number bases is done the same way as it is in base 10. So let's say that you have a base 10 number such as, let's say, 23 times 2. Remember, these numbers are in base 10 because in our previous lesson, I said that when the numerals or the numbers are written without any base assigned to them, we assume that those numbers are in base 10. So these numbers are in base 10. Is that clear? Good. So in our normal calculation or in our normal multiplication of numbers, we know that we are going to use the 2 to multiply each of these numbers. So we are going to get 2 times 2 give us 6, 4, and that is that. So we are going to follow the same method, the same approach in multiplying numbers in other bases. But the most important thing is we have to take note of the base in which we are working. If you are working in base 2, you have to take note of that. Working in base 3, you have to be very, very careful, and so on and so forth. So we have some few examples that we are going to go through and then see how it works. Is that clear? Good. So we have the first example. We have to multiply 1011 base 2 and this, all of them in base 2. So we have remember, all these numerals or numbers are in base 2, and we are going to follow the same method as in base 10 to multiply these numbers. Is that clear? Good. So we have 1 times 1 will give us 1. 1 times 1 will give us 1. 1 times 0 will give us 0. 1 times 1 will give us 1. Remember, we are working in base 2. Now let's move on to the next digit, which is this one. 1 times 1 will give us 1. 1 times 1 will give us 1. 1 times 0 will give us 0. And 1 times 1 will give us 1. Now the next thing is to sum them. But remember, the summation of these numbers must also be in base 2. Are you following? Good. So 1 plus nothing gives us 1. We are working in base 2. 1 plus 1 will give us 2. And we know that the highest digit in any base 2 numeral is 1. We can't have 2, 3, and so on. So since 1 plus 1 is giving us 2, and the highest digit in any base 2 numeral is 1, we are going to divide the 2 by the base that we are working in. And this is giving us 1 remainder 0. So we are going to write the remainder here, and then we carry the quotient to the next number. We are going to carry this 1 to this part. So we have 1 plus 0 plus 1 will give us 2. Since we are working in base 2, the highest digit is 1. So we are going to divide the 2 by the base that we are working in, and we are going to get 1 remainder 0. So we are going to write the remainder here, and then we carry the quotient to the next number, which is this 0 part. 1 plus 1 will give us 2. We are working in base 2, so we have to divide it by the base that we are working in, and we are going to get 1 remainder 0. So we have the remainder, and then we carry the quotient to the next number. 1 plus 1 is still giving us 2. We are getting 1 remainder 0. So we write the remainder, and then we carry the 1 to the next digit. Since there's no number here, we write it beneath. So remember, we are working in base 2, and after that you have to assign your base 2 to the final answer. You see how simple it is? Very, very easy. You take our next example. and then see how that one also goes. So we have 1011. We have to multiply these together. Okay, so let's start. We have 1 times 1 will give us 1. 1 times 1 will give us 1. 1 times 0 will give us 0. 1 times 1 will give us 1. Remember, we are still working in base 2. So we are done. We move on to the next digit, which is 0. 0 times 1 will give us 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 0. We are still working in base 2. We move on to the next digit. 1 times 1 will give us 1. 1 times 1 will give us 1. 1 times 0 will give us 0. 1 times 1 will give us 1. We are done. So the rest is summation. Now, since we are working in base 2, the summation of these numbers must also be in base 2. Good. So we have 1 plus nothing will give us 1. 1 plus 0 will give us 1. 0 plus 0 plus 1 will give us 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1 will give us 2. We are working in base 2, right? And we can't have 2 here. So we have to divide the 2 by the base that we are working in. So the base is 2. And 2 into 2, we are getting 1 remainder 0, right? So we are going to write the remainder down, and then we carry the quotient to the next number, which is this 0 part. So 1 plus 0 will give us 1, and then 1 plus nothing will give us 1. Base 2. Very, very easy. Very, very easy. So we are going to solve this together, and then you try our hands on this 0 part. Is that clear? Good. So we are going to solve this. Example 3, we have 2, 3, 4 to the base of 5, and then 4 also to the base of 5. These numerals are multiplying. Now remember that these numerals are in base 5, and then the higher digit in every number base is 1 less than the base itself. So the numerals that we are going to have in base 5 are going to be, so we have base 5. In base 5, the numerals or the numbers that we can have in a base 5 numeral start from 0, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. We can't have 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on in a base 5 numeral. Is that clear? Good. So let's start. We have 4 times 4 will give us 16. And we know that in a base 5 numeral, we can't have 16. So what do? We divide the 16 by the base that we are working in. So we have 16 divided by 5. So 5 into 16, we have 3, remainder what? 1. Because 5 times 3 will give us 15. 15 plus 1 will give us 16. So we are going to write this remainder here, and then we carry the quotient to the next number. So we have our remainder here, and then we carry the quotient, which is 3, to the next number. Okay, so you are following. Then we have 4 times 3 will give us 12. 12 plus 3 will give us what? 15. Since we can't have 15 in a base 5 numeral, we are going to divide that 15 by the base that we are working in. The base is what? Base 5. And then 5 into 15, we have 3, remainder 0. So we are going to write the remainder here, and then carry the 3, which is the quotient, to the next number. So we have 0, and then the quotient is what? 3. Good. 4 times 2 give us 8. 8 plus 3 will give us what? 11, right? And we can't have 11 in a base 5 number. So we are going to divide 11 by the base that we are working in, which is base 5. And this is giving us 5 into 11, we have 2, remainder 1. So we are going to write the remainder here, and then we carry the quotient, which is 2, to the next number. Since there is no number here, we are going to write the 2 down here. And at the end, we add our base to the number. So 2, 3, 4 base 5 multiplying 4 base 5 gives us 2101 base 5. Very, very easy. Now try your hands on example 4. Just 30 seconds, try your hands on it. So let's solve it together. We have 2, 3, 1. So what did you get? Okay, so let's see if your answer is really right. So we have 3 times 1 will give us 3. Remember, we are working in base 4. And then the highest digit in base 4 is 3. So in a base 4 numeral, we have 0, 1, 2, and then 3. These are the numbers that we can have in a base 4 numeral. Good. So we have 3 times 1 is 3. 3 is here. Good. 3 times 3 is 9. We can't have 9 in a base 4 numeral. So what do? We divide it by the base that we are working in. That is base 4. So we are going to get 9 divided by 4. What do you get? 4 into 9, we have 2, remainder 1. Because 2 times 4 give us 8, 8 plus 1 give us 9. So we are going to write the remainder here, and then we carry the quotient to the next number. So the quotient is what? 2. So the quotient is 2. So we have 3 times 2 give us 6. 6 plus 2 give us 8. So since we can't have 8 in a base 4 numeral, we are going to divide the 8 by what? 4. And 4 into 8 is giving us 2, remainder what? 0. So we are going to write the remainder here, and then we carry the 2, which is the quotient, to the next number. But since there's no number left, we are going to write the 2 in front of the 0. So we are done with the first 3. Let's move on to the second 3. We have 3 times 1 will give us 3. We are working in base 4. 3 times 3 will give us 9. We can't have 9 in the base 4 number, so we divide it by 4. And 4 into 9, we have 2, remainder 1. Good. So we are going to write the remainder, and then we carry the 2 to the next number, which is this. 3 times 2 will give us 6. 6 plus 2 will give us 8. We can't have 8 in a base 4 numeral. We divide it by 4, and this is giving us 2, remainder 0. So we have our 0 and then our quotient. Now that we are done, we are going to sum them. Going to sum them together. Now, since we are working in base 4, the summation of these numbers must also be in base 4. Good. So we have 3 plus nothing will give us 3. We are working in base 4. 1 plus 3 will give us 4. Since we can't have 4 in base 4, we divide the 4 by the base that we are working in. And this is going to give us 1, remainder 0. So we are going to write the 0, and then we carry the 1 to the next number. Good. 1 plus 0 plus 1 will give us 2. So we have our 2 here. We are working in base 2. 2 plus 0 will give us 2. 0 plus 2 will give us 2. And then we have our base assigned to it. So 2, 3, 1 multiplying 3, 3 base 4 gives us 2, 2, 2, 0, 3 base 4. I guess you had this very answer. Good. So these are your try examples. Kindly pause the video, write them down, and then try your hands on it. Okay, good. So the next aspect that we are looking at is division of number bases. Division of number bases. Now to perform division of numbers in the same base or different base other than base 10, we are first going to convert those numbers involved into a base 10 number. Then we perform our division in a base 10. Then after that, we change our result from base 10 to the required base that we are to do the calculation. So let's take it that you have 1, 2, 3 to the base of 4 divided by, let's say, 2 to the base of 3. Sorry, 2 to the base of 4. Now realize that all these numbers are in base 4. We are to perform division of these numerals in base 4. So what we are going to do is that we are going to convert these numbers into base 10. Base 10. And then we perform the division in base 10. Then the final answer that we get, we are going to convert it back to base 4. That is how we perform division of numbers in base 10. So we are going to take examples and then see how it goes. Is that clear? Good. So we have the first example. We have 2134 to the base of 5 divided by 3 to the base of 5. So as I intimated earlier on, we are going to convert this to a base 10 number, and then convert this to also a base 10 number. Then we perform the division in base 10. Good. So let's do that one. So we are first going to convert 2134 base 5 to a base 10 number. Okay. So in doing so, we have already learned how to convert from other bases to base 10. If you have forgotten, kindly go back and then watch the previous videos on that. Good. So we are going to get 2, 1, 3, and then 4. So we are going to multiply each of these numbers by the base given. The base is what? 4. The base is 5, sorry. So multiply here by 5. We sum them, multiply here by 5. We sum them, multiply here by 5. We sum them, multiply here by 5. Then we start counting from the extreme right to the left, starting from 0, 1, 2, and then 3. So we are going to get 2 times 5 power 3 means 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 will give us 25. 25 times 5 will give us 125. Then we have plus 1 times 5 power 2 give us 25, plus 3 times 5, 5 power 1 is still 5, and then plus 4 times 5 power 0 give us 1. So what is left is simplification. 2 times 125 will give us 250. 1 times 25 will give us 25, plus 3 times 5 will give us 15, plus 4 times 1 will give us 4. Then after that, we just sum all these together. Now when you sum all these, what are you getting? We are getting 294 base what? 10. So you can see that 2134 base 5 is equal to 294 base 10. So we are done converting this to base 10. Now let's convert this one also to a base 10 number. So we have 3 base 5. So we have 3 times 5 power 0. And this is giving us what? 3 times 5 power 0 is 1. So we have 3. So 3 base 5 is equal to 3 base 10. Good. Now we are done converting these numerals to base 10. So we are going to perform the division in base 10. So we are going to have 294 divided by 3. And this will give us 98 base 10. Now after performing our division in base 10, we are now going to convert this answer to a base 5 number because we have to do the calculation in base 5. So we are going to convert this to a base 5. Good. And we have already learned how to convert from base 10 to other bases, right? Good. So in converting from base 10 to base 5, we need how many columns? We need 3 columns. So the first column is going to represent the base. So we have which is 5. The second column is the decimal number, which is 98. And then the last column is the remainder, right? Good. So we are going to use the method called the successive division or the repeated division. We are going to divide the decimal number until nothing is left, or the number that is left is less than the divisor, which is 5. Good. So let's start with our division. 98 divided by 5 will give us what? 19. So we are going to write our quotient 19 here, and then 5 times 19 will give us what? 95. 95 minus 98 will give us a remainder of 3. So we write the remainder here. Good. Now we continue with our division. 5 into 19, how many times? We have 3. 5 times 3 will give us 15. 15 minus 19 will give us what? 4, a remainder of 4. Now realize that the number here is less than the divisor, and therefore we can't continue with our division. So we are just going to bring the last digit here to the remainder column. And then we start reading from top. We start reading from the bottom to the top. Good. So we can see that our 98 base 10 is equal to what? 343 to the base of what? 5. Good. So therefore we can say that 2134, therefore we can say that 2134 divided by 3, all of them in base 5, is equal to 343 base 5. Very, very simple. Now let me say it again. When you are being given number bases and then you have to perform division on them, okay, you first have to convert these numerals, those numerals involved, convert them to base 10. Then after that, you perform your division in base 10. Then the result that you get, you convert it to the required base that you have to perform your division. And that is that. Very, very easy. I'll give you one example. You try your hand on that. Is that clear? Good. So try your hands on this. 201 to the base of 4 divided by 23 to the base of 4. Try your answer on it. So let's solve it together. So as I said earlier on, we are first going to convert these numerals to a base 10 numeral. Okay, so let's start with 201 to the base of 4. We are going to convert it to a base 10 numeral. So you're going to get 2, 0, and then 1. You multiply it by the base given, multiply it by the base given, multiply it by the base given. Then after that, we start counting from the extreme right to the left, starting from where? 0, 1, and then 2. So the next thing is we perform a simple simplification on that. So we have 2 times 4 power 2 give us 16. 0 times 4 power 1 will give us 4. 1 times 4 power 0 will give us 1. So when you simplify this, we are going to get 32 plus 0 plus what? 1. And finally, we have 33 to the base of what? 10. So we can therefore say that 201 to the base of 4 is equal to 33 to the base of 10. So the next thing that we are going to do is to convert 23 to base what? 10. So we have 23 to the base of 4. We are converting it to a base 10 numeral. So we have 2 multiplying the base plus 3 multiplying the base. Then after that, we start numbering from the extreme right to the left. So when we simplify, we have 4 power 1 will give us 4. 4 power 0 will give us 1. 2 times 4 will give us 8. 3 times 1 will give us 3. And this is giving us 11 to the base of what? 10. So therefore, 23 to the base of 4 is equal to 11 to the base of 10. So after converting them to a base 10 number, then we perform the division in base 10. So we have 33 divided by what? 11. And this is giving us what? 3, all of them in base 10, right? Good. So after performing the division in base 10, then we convert the final answer to the required base we have to perform our division. So we are going to convert 3 to a base 4 number. So in converting from base 10 to other bases, what do we need? We need 3 columns. So we have 1, 2, and then 3. So the first column takes what? The base. So the base is 4. The second column takes the decimal number, which is 3. And then the last column takes what? The remainder. So how many times will 4 divide 3? Know that it is not possible because 3 is less than the divisor. Good. So we can't divide anymore. We are going to bring the 3 to the remainder side and then we are done. Good. So therefore we can say that 3 to the base of 10 is equal to 3 to the base of 4. So therefore we can say that 201 base 4 divided by 23 base 4 is equal to 3 base 4. So we can write it as 201 base 4 divided by 23 base 4 is equal to 3 base 4. Very, very, very easy. This brings us to the end of today's lesson. I'm going to give you some few questions. You try and answer them. Okay, good. So these are tutorial set questions that I prepared for you. Can you pause the video and try your hand on it? Okay, this brings us to the end of today's lesson. Can you like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to this web channel for more updates. See you next week. Bye. Bye.